Hello students, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today in the revision series we will be continuing with chapter 1, that is nature and scope of business, OCM 11 commerce. And we will be continuing with the second part of the revision video. Okay, so in the previous part we have covered about the economic activity, non-economic activity, business risk, classification of economic activity into three: business, profession and employment. Business, what are the characteristics of business, objectives of business, economic objectives, social objectives, and risk of business, causes of business risk, and so on. So today we will continue with the next point, that is profession. Now what is profession? Any person with specialized skill, knowledge, training and professional education. Any person with specialized knowledge, skill, professional education and training. Render services and charges fees in against of services render is known as profession. So any person who is having specialized knowledge, skills, professional education and training, rendering services in against of fees is termed as profession. Examples: lawyer, doctor, CA, so on. Clear? Now what are the characteristics of profession? First characteristic is professional education. First characteristic is professional education. A person who is to be known as into a profession should have a professional education. For example, to provide a service of lawyer, one should be LLB graduate. To provide a service of doctor, one should be MD, MBBS or BTS graduate. Clear? So it is like that. Professional education is compulsory. Then second is charges fees. One who is providing with the services just charge fees against services. They don't do exchange of goods. They provide services. They charges fees against the services. Primary motive is service motive. For example, a doctor or visiting a dispensary nearby home, that same doctor can provide you medicine for your better health, but that doesn't mean that the doctor is doing the business of medicine. The primary motive of a doctor is to provide you better services. The primary motive is to provide services. So although the professional can transact in goods, they can do transactions, they can do exchange of goods against money, but the primary motive is of service. Generally, we have seen that all the professionals do prefer or do have an independent activity. Because it means that I am a doctor. I want to open my shop at 6 a.m. I want to open my clinic at 6 a.m. and close down at 10, and then again at 4 p.m. and then 8. Nobody is going to harm me. Nobody is going to stop me. So they have independent activity. All the lawyers, all the doctors, all the chartered accountants do work on their own terms and conditions. So they have a independent activity. Now for doing independent activity, they need to have a membership of association. This we have discussed briefly in our original video. that each and every organization have an association of them. For example, for a dentist would be having two association, dental association at the local level and at the central level, Indian Dental Association (IDA). Same is with CA. CA have a chapter wise district level association and also a national level ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. So they have to be a member of a association. They should have a membership of a professional association to work to provide services. Next one is important. Code of conduct. Code of conduct was, what is the meaning of code of conduct? Code means rules, conduct means behavior. So code of conduct means rules for behavior. So all the professionals, those who are registered under the professional association, generally every professional associations have their own code of conduct and they have to obey, they have to follow the code of conduct, the rules or provisions of code of conduct. And the last is uncertain monetary returns. Means nobody is guaranteed to have such amount of money in a day, in a week, in a month. Being a doctor, he or she can examine 10 patients a day, 1 patient a day, 20 patients a day. No guarantees over there. So no fixed monetary returns. So these are the characteristics of profession. Now coming to employment. Now what is employment? When any economic activity is performed as per order or as per work assigned in return of fixed salary as per contract is known as economic employment, is known as employment. So we can say employment is working as per order to someone as per contract in against of fixed pay. In against of fixed pay is known as employment. Generally, any employment where fixed salary is given at fixed period or fixed interval of time, that is known as employment. Example we have done, we have taken an example of teacher. A teacher working as per his own classes or having own classes is a profession. But for teacher working under a school, under a fixed payment, under a fixed salary is employment. Same is with CA. CA having his own office is a profession, but CA working under any company or any corporate for fixed salary or in any bank for fixed salary is employment. Clear? Now next is classification of business activity. Business activities are classified into three major types. First one is trade, second is commerce, and third one is industry. Okay, so first one is trade. Now what is trade? When we hear the word trade, first word that comes to our mind is exchange. So trade is exchange of any commodity or service in against of monetary return or value is known as trade. Okay. Exchange of commodity or service in against of monetary return or monetary value is known as trade. Now talking about characteristics of trade. Trade is very easy. Characteristics. Economic activity. First is economic activity. It is an economic activity, monetary return comes. Second is there are always two parties to trade. One is the giver, one is the taker, or we can say in another word, one is buyer, one is seller. Third, it should be exchange should be there. Exchange of goods or commodities or services against a monetary value, monetary return should be there. So exchange should be there. This one is important. Fourth point, transfer of ownership. For example, if I am a stationery shopkeeper, I have a stationery shop. So till this market has been sold, the ownership belongs to me. But as soon as I sold it for rupees 20, the ownership becomes of those who give me the 20 rupees. So transfer of ownership should be done. Transfer of ownership should be there. Okay. Next is consideration. Value should be there. We have discussed about monetary value. Consideration 20 rupees is consideration for them. Next is continuance should be there. That means this, I should be having a stationery shop which opens, or we can say I have been trading in this marker regularly on continuous basis. It should be not like that I have sold it for once and then it is done. Continuous activity. It should be continuous activity. Next is legal activity. Whatever we are doing should be legal. Should be legal. Legal activity. And the last is whatever we are. Sometimes what happens? I want a. We can say I have a shop. I have a stationery shop. The shop nearby to me, stationery shop, is of a grocery shop. Okay, so he wants 10 box of pencil for his child, and I want 5 kg of sugar for my home. So the cost of both is almost same, or we can say the cost of both is same. Clear? So what we do? I give 10 box of pencil and take 5 kg of sugar. So what happens? Whatever we can, there is exchange. Monetary value is also there. Because for example, 10 box of pencil becomes 200 rupees. So 5 kg of sugar is also 200 rupees. So monetary value is also there. So we can say that value should be there. Money value. Or value in the terms of money should be there. Money in the terms of value in the terms of money should be there. So if any goods is exchanged for another goods, it should have any kind of value. Either 1 rupee, 10 rupee, 1000 rupee, 10,000 rupee, whatever. Clear? So these are the characteristics of trade. Now talking about types of trade, there are two major types of trade. First is internal trade. Second is international trade. Okay, now very easy. Internal trade, trade within the boundaries of the country. Trade within the boundaries of a country is known as internal trade. Means trade within the Dharmas, from Dharmas to Anand, from Dharmas to Vadodara, from Dharmas to Rajasthan, from Dharmas to Maharashtra, from Dharmas to Kerala. Anywhere within the country is known as internal trade. Anywhere within the country is known as internal trade, and trade outside the borders of a country, outside the territorial borders of a country, is known as international trade. Trade within the country is internal trade. Trade outside the country is known as international trade. Okay, now talking about commerce. What is commerce? Commerce means trade and auxiliary services to trade. Commerce here includes trade and auxiliary services to trade. Auxiliary services means those kind of services which help the business to work smoothly. Which helps the business to work smoothly. For example, banking, insurance, transportation, go down warehousing, transports, or we can say communication. All such are auxiliary services to trade. Okay. Next, final stage of this chapter is industry. Now, what is industry? Industry means production. Industry means production. So any way in which the utility is added is known as industry. Adding utility through production. Adding utility through production is industry. Now talking about classification of industry, we already know there are three major types of industries: primary, secondary and tertiary. First industry is primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary, secondary and tertiary. Now talking about primary industry, every industry which is connected with nature, land, agriculture purpose are primary industries. For example, agriculture, fishing, horticulture, dairy farming, animal farming, cattle farming, all these are primary industries. All these are primary industries. Next comes the second industries. Secondary industries are those in which the production process takes place with the help of machine and technology. The production process takes place with the help of machine and technology. For example, conversion of wheat into wheat flour. It comes under secondary industries. And then last one is tertiary. Tertiary industries means we majorly name it as service industries, which provide or which help primary and secondary services to work efficiently, is known as tertiary industries. Clear? So if we take an example, growing of wheat is primary industry and it is associated with nature, land. Conversion of wheat into wheat flour, secondary industry. And making that wheat flour available over here is tertiary industry, service sector. Clear? So this was the chapter number 1. Prepare well. We have an exam in the unit test of Gujarat Government Board by the end of this month. So prepare well for them. If you have any doubt, please comment down the video in the comment section. Till then, stay home, stay safe.